Hi everyone, hope you all doing well. I'm Nikhil Parekh, Senior Solutions Engineer at Precisely, and today I'm really excited to walk you through Precisely's MCP servers and also show you how Precisely's contextual data can actually be the missing piece of the puzzle to completing your AI journey. Before I begin, just to tell you a bit about Precisely, Precisely is leader in data integrity. We are serving more than 12,000 customers, including 95 of Fortune 100 companies, and brands like DoorDash, BMW, Walmart, and others relies on Precisely for the most important, most critical parts of the business. We also partners with data leaders like Microsoft, Google Cloud, AWS, Snowflake, Databricks, just to name a few. So now that you know what Precisely does, let me show you how we can actually help you. So chances are you already invested in AI. It could be through any platform. It could be OpenAI, it could be Google, it could be Anthropic, Claude, or any other platforms, right? And chances are it is already powering most powerful or most critical parts of your business, like risk assessment, resources allocation, location-based personalization, just to name a few. And the common issue with all of these models is they are only as good as the data that is used to train them. And a lot of the time, when you actually let all of this model run wild on the internet, what you will see is the response that you are getting back are from some of the most unreliable sources. And when you are getting answers from this all these unreliable sources, at that point, it is just noise that is nicely packaged and shown as insights to you by all of these models. And headlines like this gives us a daily reminder that while AI can be really powerful for, let's say, writing emails, generating images, or for just for your personal projects, when you actually introduce AI into enterprise settings, the stakes changes entirely. Now, in basically enterprise setting, the wrong answer isn't just inconvenience; it can be catastrophic. And to give you a reality check, chances are your data isn't ready. So while almost all organizations says that they're utilizing AI and training AI models, only 12% report that that data is actually ready for AI initiatives. So the rest 88% are training these really smart, intelligent models based on incomplete and really low quality data that can have severe consequences, like hallucinations can start to creep in, model can underperform, and you can get really inaccurate predictions, which can cause a lot of losses in the business. And when you actually introduce location into this mix, the problems becomes 100 times worse. Because a lot of the time, location isn't just another piece of data. Locations can most of the times be the most important part of the data. Now, just think about it. Just to give you an example, let's say my house is on fire and I call 911 dispatcher. And let's say they, rather than using actual point level data, they uses the entire address to send a fire truck. Chances are the fire truck can be on the wrong end of the street while my house is burning. So a lot of the times, it is really important that you have point level data. And for all of these reasons, features like geocoding, property attributes, and routing becomes really important. So to tackle all of these challenges, Precisely has introduced MCP servers. So rather than relying on sources from internet and all these random unknown resources, you're actually getting data from Precisely directly. So you know the data that you're getting from all of these chatbots are actually reliable and trusted data. And also you can fit all of these MCP servers that I'm going to show you today in any model. It can be Claude, it can be Gemini, it can be ChatGPT. The demo that I'm going to show you with is with Claude, but everything that I show you can be like replicated in any other chatbot as well. So let me show you a quick demo of how precisely MCP servers really work. So let's start with something basic. Let's start with, let's say I want to autocomplete an address. First of all, I'll just turn off the Precisely MCP server to see what Claude will give us without using any MCP. So it says that I think you have provided me this address, but I'll need more context to help you autocomplete this address. Could you also provide me city, state, and zip? I mean, if I give all of the information, at that point, it wouldn't be autocomplete, right? So let's now try with Precisely MCP server and see what it gives us. So now, rather than relying on internet or the data that Claude is basically trained on, it is actually hitting Precisely autocomplete API to get this response. And you can see I got a full address with a C++ and also coordinates. So you are basically getting a point level data. Now let's try something complex. Let's say I'm interested in this property, but I want to know that, what is like property features. Now, information like this can be really useful in uh, when you're dealing with real estate or you just want to know a bit more about this property. So it is hitting our property attributes API, which actually includes everything that you need to know about a property, like the cost or the basically the sale price, the number of bedroom, the number of bathroom, and everything that you need to know. And then it is actually chaining with the other API. Let's say it is also getting into neighborhood and schools. So now I have this entire picture that I need to know about this property. So I have living space, number of bedroom, number of bathrooms, financial information, what the neighborhood looks like, the schools, and basically everything for location. Now, another important aspect could be risk. Let's say I want to know about wildfire and crime risk. So now it will hit our wildfire API. So all the data that it is currently getting that you can see on your screen, it is directly coming from Precisely. And Precisely actually confirms all of the data from 15 different sources that we have. So first it got all the information for wildfire. Now it is getting into crime index API. So it got wildfire, that wildfire overall risk is minimal, and why it is, and what is the rating that Precisely is giving us, and it will also give us a nice summary. It will go into like crime index that okay, it is above average for this location, and what should you consider. So let's say crime is high, and I want to know what is the PSAP information, public safety. So now it is going into PSAP API as well. And to get all of this data, Precisely actually calls all of this department to make sure the data is current and actually it is correct as well. So everything that you say isn't coming from some random sources. So this all of this information is something that you can trust and rely on. And I'm just barely scratching the surface here. If you look at the API, there are more than 44 APIs, starting from autocomplete to geocode, to US geocode, addressing information, everything that you will need for basically in terms of location and also data quality check like validating phone number, name, email address. You can get all of this information right into the AI that you're actually using. So yeah, that is all that I had. Thanks, Brian.